What is going on, everyone? So I want to talk about shorting whole dollar breaks. Today I was watching VRX while I was at work, and when I saw this move, when I saw it stuff here, which coincidentally is right around the previous day's high, I thought, okay, this thing's probably going to turn around and roll over. So I should have shorted it here when it made this lower high, but I was just kind of watching it, not really paying attention. And then I thought, okay, when I saw this, I thought, all right, this thing, if it gets through VWAP, which was this time down around 17 bucks, said if it gets through VWAP and it gets through the whole dollar, then I'll short it. So at that point, I was going to short it if the price got down under $17. So bounced around at VWAP here a little bit, and I noticed it started making higher lows. So I actually took it long at this point at, I think it was like 1720. Yeah, 1720, just to see if it would go up. As soon as I saw this big candle touch down to VWAP, it started to break down. I went ahead and got out of the position and then shorted it at 1698 like I had originally planned. And I set my stop just above VWAP. I had it at 1707 or 1708, so no more than a dime of risk, and I only had 150 shares, so that's like 15 bucks. So I'm looking to make about $45 to get my 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio that I typically look for. And I just kind of watched it on the 1-minute chart and moved my stop down. So this was smooth sailing down to the pivot point here, and then it hit a little bit of resistance. So I kept my stop up pretty high and just kind of waited for it to keep going. And I knew that this area would also provide some support. So secondary target for me was if it gets through this, I would hope that it would get down towards this next price level where I would want to take profits. So down around 1660 area. And pulled back some, not a big deal. Again, I think I had my stop probably still either up here or maybe above the high of this candle. And then it ranged a little bit, and then it started falling off later into the day. So for me, this was kind of a sign to pick up my profit taking, get a little more aggressive, moving my stop loss down. And it never really recovered after that. So right into the end of the day, I covered at 1664. So I ended up making about 34 cents. So on 150 shares, that's about 50 bucks. So granted, that's not the whole move, which wasn't, my intent is never to catch the whole move. But if you can get a piece of the move, specifically around whole dollars, this is a good example of shorting a breakdown of the whole dollar and how it can make you some pretty good money. Same thing works when going long, when it breaks the whole dollar, right? You see over here, this broke the whole dollar here, ripped up 40 cents. Same thing over here, it dropped down 30 cents. So think about that when you guys are checking out your plays and looking for entries and exits. Thanks, see you on the next one.